I've returned to Clipstone Old Quarter this morning and just come out for a walk for 10 minutes. Ended up stopping talking for 20 minutes. Not walked very far yet. But while I'm here, I didn't realise that further works were being done today, so it's been nice to have a chat and an input for any further works. Progress continues. I'm stood halfway up section C on our old former glowworm route. I've already found a label. 236. We'll trace that in a bit. I'll have a look for any other ones while I'm having a wander up there and up there. If you're watching this video, then chances are you watched the video I did a few weeks ago about the restoration work here at Clipstone Old Quarter. Restoration work that was very much required because this site had declined so drastically it was unrecognisable from its former glory. I think we're on the way back to achieving a former glory. Now, this area, Clipstone Old Quarter, part of Sherwood Forest, is well known internationally as well as UK wide for being one of the best places in the UK for glowworms. This is the label, one of the labels that Dillis and myself put down a number of years ago. And when I've got home, I will have a look to see what year we found female 236 in section C, which is where I am now. Next section going up the hill is B, and then where it levels out on the top and down towards Peafield Lane is section A. Section D is up there, further up the hill, and it's a scene of a lot of work as part of this thick vegetation is being removed and thinned. And that's only been done once before. Now the continuation of the restoration work here is once again down to the efforts of the Sherwood Forest Trust, who got all the relevant parties involved with the management of this site or ownership of this site, got them all together and sorted something out, rather like banging children's heads together in a school playground. Thankfully, more of the work, probably the last for this year, is being done today. I didn't know that it was being done, so it's nice to actually see things in operation. Members of the Sherwood Forest Trust are actually behind me now, and they're continuing to cut down some of the vegetation from the far side of the path there, which opens it up and does create better conditions for glowworms. Sounds like they're quite busy, but at least by removing a lot of the birch scrub, it'll open the far side of the grass strip, known as the neutral ground apparently. It'll open that up and make it suitable for glowworms and a range of invertebrates. I don't think they'll ever have the money to completely do that part of the neutral ground. It's too far gone now. The only way you can do it is with a chainsaw. It was cleared once many years ago. I think it might have been 2011, when that was completely cut down, the growth that had appeared, but then it's since been left. But one aspect that needs sorting out, and it's something I've just been talking with members of the Sherwood Forest Trust about, is the path, and how glowworm larvae in the spring are extremely vulnerable on the path. Now that the path is half the size, or in parts a third of the size or width that it used to be. Here in section D, the path's not too bad, but glowworm larvae in spring, while searching for somewhere to pupate in a few weeks' time, from when they do appear here, usually around March, they're mostly found in the centre of the path. Unfortunately, that's the most worn part of the path. The mountain bikers, of which there can be a lot, using this track, come down the centre. And in early 2021, when I was doing glowworm larval surveys here, I think it was something like a third of the glowworms I found on this path were all crushed underfoot or bicycle wheel. I'm now at the top of section D, just under the shade, if there's any leaves on it, of the centre tree. And here the work that's being done today involves clearing the scrub that's at the back of the grass strip. At one time of day, this was a wide grass strip, although a lot of that used to be a belt of pine trees when I first started coming up here in the 1980s and early 1990s. But looking down the strip now, it's so much better. I know it looks drastic, looks a bit like Tunguska, but it's never been like this for about, I think it was 2011 when they cleared the whole lot down this back side here, this back strip. Obviously there's a lot of brash to be disposed of, and that'll probably be dragged to the back and form a dead hedge. Aside from burning it, that's all you can do really. But it certainly opens it up, and at the moment they're looking to go down as far as money will allow, which will probably be part of the way down section D, I don't know. Unfortunately, it all depends on money. If the finances are there, as much as they'd like to, they can't do anything about it. It'll look wonderful in a couple of months when everything's growing, and then it just needs to be maintained. The important thing though is that this is the hardest of the work that needs to be done, or needed to be done. Normally, this would be a sound that I would run away from. I hate the sound of chainsaws, and that's well known, whether you know me physically or via Facebook. This work is work that I can see is actually achieving something. I know what the result is going to be. And that makes a massive difference to me personally. And they're making good progress. I'm here about a third of the way up section D here at Clipstone Old Quarter, and I've just found another label, and it's 298. I wonder what year female 298 was out and about, and how long did she glow for. I'll put it on the screen in a minute along with any other labels that I find, and I can determine when those females were alive and kicking. It's quite a gloomy, overcast sort of day today. Some chinks of blue sky over there, but not the direction the camera's facing. But despite the gloomy, overcast, cloudy conditions, it looks like the future for Clipstone Old Quarter and its glowworms, and what is, or was, one of the UK's most important sites, and certainly probably one of the most famous sites for glowworms. The future looks considerably brighter than that sky. Still can't get over seeing this view like this again. Fabulous, isn't it? Right, I've just come across this. It's only a label, don't get excited, but it's still in situ, look. 159. Just clean it up. So a label that's not been reused. Chances are this is about 10 years since I put this down. We'll have a look when I get home. This is in section B, the upper part of section B. And to think it's been tucked in there all these years. Brilliant. Be interesting to trace the dates on this female, from when she glowed to when she stopped glowing and was mated. It's now a hive of activity here at Clipstone Old Quarter, and I'm just on the way back, just at the top end of section B, and I've just found one label, but I've just found another one, and this one is 231. That's another one to research. As you can see, the work party that's not long since arrived is now clearing a lot of the vegetation on that far side of the path. It's all good work. I'm really looking forward to covering this grass strip. I think it'll just be the grass strip that I do, and then occasionally when I know that there's been a large hatching or emergence of females, then I'll cover the rest of the site. Initially I'll be covering all of the site to determine and find out when the first female glowworm appears. It's all not far off now. What are we today? 9th of February. Another fortnight. Given some mild weather, you need several days of a temperature of around 12 really to get glowworm larvae out and about, but it is possible that glowworm larvae could appear on this path in just a few weeks' time. Now everyone seems to have disappeared, which is what I'm going to do. Well, I'm just heading back through section A, and surprisingly I found another label, and it appears that this is 216. It's been written in blue marker pen. It's a long time. Can't remember what the year was that I used blue marker pen, but didn't think I'd find one in A, because A was always far thicker and longer grass, and I thought labels after being put into the ground would soon be swamped and covered by vegetation. So surprised to find this. It gives me more to look for when I get home. If I ever get home. Looking for labels is almost as much fun as looking for glowworms. Almost. Well, now I'm going, sun's coming out. Doesn't that look nice? Up there. You can't beat a bit of blue sky and sunshine glinting off the top of my head. Surprising the difference a bit of sunshine makes to a sight. It's been a very interesting and very pleasant, rewarding even, walk around here today. Been able to have a chat with Matt from Sherwood Forest Trust and Amy from Forestry England. And as a first, I've even been able to commend the organisations involved on some good work. Not sure I've ever done that before. This is going to be the scene of many wheezy nocturnal wander in a couple of months' time, once female glowworms start appearing. And my intention is to just survey this grass strip on as many nights as possible. It could be a rewarding year. How have glowworms survived all the years, the last 5-6 years of scrub encroachment, bramble encroachment? There may not be very high numbers of glowworms recorded in 2022, but if I don't come out and find, I'm not going to know. I'm fair looking forward to it. But before adults turn out, we've got larvae on the path that you can see running up what will be on the right of your screen. They'll be out sooner than the adults.